Hello. I'd like to welcome a special person to the show for a special interview. We're into this interview for ages and ages. You'd have a new headset. So, welcome please, all the way from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Scarlet 11. Scarlet 11, you're welcome to this interview.
Well, thank you very much for having me for this wonderful interview. Hey, boy, I very appreciate it. I still don't know why you want to interview me, but anyway, I'll answer any questions you like.
Let's see what answers we get. Hope a lot of talking now. So, what was your first ever job? Or tell us about a job you had.
What was the first job? Or tell us about the first job you ever had. What was your first job? My first job, well, I had many. I had many jobs. My first job was actually driving. I actually drove a truck around the city making deliveries. And that was for the Dempster's Bread Company. And that was my first job. I only worked there for a few years. Then I got a job in an arcade, a video arcade, like selling coins for the kids to put in the machines and win their hearts away. I did that for quite a while. Then I became a superintendent, a job which I did part-time, but then I became full-time. So that's that.
What are your hobbies outside of YouTube and online life, etc., etc.?
What are my hobbies outside of YouTube and online life, etc.? I don't really have any hobbies. I don't have any hobbies at all. It just, unless you want to call YouTube a hobby. I don't call it a hobby. It's just like, it's just something I used to do and stuff, like, well, I should say that. I never really had a hobby. I just never had one. And what's my own life is about? Now that's a whole different question altogether. I have no life. Online, I go to different sites like Facebook, MySpace, and things like that. And I go around checking the internet, spying on people, like in other rooms, like on blog and live video and stuff. Before I open up my own show, of course.
Tell us about the town or city you live in. Feel free to elaborate. No limits on the Bedojames channel.
Tell us about the town or city you live in. Feel free to elaborate. Well, I live in the city of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, which is the capital city of Ontario. Now, since Canada is divided into provinces, which is it's like the states, you have 50 states, and each state has a capital city, which also the capital of the United States is Washington, D.C. Well, Canada is the same way. We have a capital city for each province, plus we also have the capital of Ontario, capital of Canada, I should say, which is Ottawa. Toronto. What can I tell you about Toronto? Well, if you've seen some of my walking vids, walking tour, which is around my neighborhood, which is cool, but I will try to expand my horizons more. And thanks to you, Beta Boy, you got most of my walking tours all over your channel, all over, so everybody in Ireland and places gets to see Toronto, or parts of Toronto. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Like I live what they call the west end of Toronto, which is Parkdale, South Parkdale. I'm right close to the lake. I'm only about 10-minute walk to the lake, which is Lake Ontario, and about 20 minutes from downtown Toronto, which is also by the bus or the streetcars we have right here, the public transportation, about 20 minutes. But if you were to walk it, if you're a fast walker, half hour, 45 minutes. And I've done it, so it's not bad. It's a nice little walk. But if you want to go any place, public transit is the best, because it will take you from point A to point B and back again.